Okay, so me and Josh did a track day on May 12th, and there were a few riders out, so they combined intermediate and advanced groups together. This is, in a nutshell, how it went. This video is going to be reviewing the track that we'll be racing on this Memorial Day weekend. This is Summit Point, Maine. It's a 2-mile course with 10 turns, faster paced than Summit's other circuit, the technical Shenandoah circuit. So this session, I don't remember if it was my last or second to last of the day, but I wanted to use this session to work on some things, so I dialed it down a bit. What I really wanted to work on was different gears, particularly in turns 2 to 3, and trying something a little bit different going into turn 1. I was having issues with my bike getting into gear. As you saw in the beginning of this video, my bike popped into neutral, and I didn't even know how that happened. So for turn 1, George suggested I change gears a little bit faster. That'll help keep the RPMs up and hopefully make things run more smoothly. When you're trying to improve certain things, it's good not to tackle too many things at one time in any particular session. If you try to do too much, it can be overwhelming and distracting, and it doesn't allow you to really focus on working on any particular problem areas that you may have. So this session was to do that, just to work on just a couple things. There's a lot of things I do need to work on, but I'll get to that at a different session or a different track day. So here we are coming out of turn 10, one of the turns I really need to work on. And this straight here on Summit, Maine is a pretty long straight. You're pretty much topping out your bike by the end. So you're braking pretty hard going into 1 here. So I'm trying to carry more speed into turn 1. This is one of my problem areas, getting good drive out of turn 1. So that's something that I need to continue working on. We just passed turn 2 and now we're taking this left into turn 3. This is kind of a little bit uphill coming out of turn 3. And this takes you into more of a kind of a decline going into turn 4, where you get the bike upright and brake pretty hard going into turn 5 here. Turn 5 is a pretty tight turn. Going into turn 6 here and turn 7. For turn 6, I'm trying to work on keeping it tighter into the turn and getting into the turn sooner. Here's turn 8, and now coming out of turn 9, another turn I need to practice getting good drive out of. Then a slight decline coming through under the bridge, and you're going into turn 10 again. One thing about turn 10 is I let off the throttle a little bit too soon, I think, and that really affects my entry into the turn. So one thing I noticed in this track day is that I can brake later into 1. I'm going to try to work on that incrementally, little by little, and and find out where my sweet spot is for my my braking marker. When you're at a track day, they put up these cones. You'll see them on the turns. They're around where the apex of the turn is. So here, coming up on 4, you'll see it. There it goes. That was the apex of turn 4, more or less. And there's one for turn 5. So people tend to use them for brake markers, or kind of like a reference. But ideally, you don't want to do that. You want to use something that's on the track that's not movable. Doing that what's going to help you build more consistency on when you brake, when you turn in. If you spot something on the track that you can use, I mean, you can use anything. Just make sure it's a marker that's not a movable object, and you're good. But don't use vegetation like, I don't know, a tree or a bush. Although I'd hope there is nothing like that at the track you're riding on. If there is, you probably shouldn't ride there. But yeah, maybe like a patch of dirt in the grass, things that may change over time you don't want to use. Circuits will have legitimate braking markers after a long straight that they don't move, that they are placed for the circuit. You can use those. Turn 3, again, my problem is getting good drive out of these turns. One thing I suffer from psychologically, if you want to say, is fear of like high sides, and I've never had a high side. I've had some low sides, but never had a high side. But it's just something in my head, and I know that I haven't even come close to anything like that, so I should be throttling it a little bit more, getting on the throttle sooner. And I was speaking to George about this actually today. Today's May 13th, the day after the track day, and we were talking about that. And yeah, so I mean, for my throttling dilemma here, I plan on taking it one step at a time. I don't want to just whack on the throttle significantly harder than I normally do, but each time through the turn, give it just a little bit more, then the next time around, try it again, and so on and so forth. One thing is, there's a lot of I think psychology behind riding motorcycles on track. For a very long time, I didn't trust my front tires because I had a low side on turn 4 many years ago, and that kind of haunted me for a while. This turn right here, actually, this is turn 4. And it took me a while to get over it. So now I trust in both the front and the rear tires, but for some reason I haven't experienced the high side, but it's in my head, and it's something that I think I need to get out of my head, especially given that the tires I use are very great tires. I use Pirelli tires, and they give very good feel, so I can feel it when it talks to me. And so I don't know why I have this fear of putting throttle on, but it's something that I'm working on. So as of now, you can probably tell there's a theme here for me with getting drive out of the turn. With these leader bikes, you want to point and shoot. That's how they work. So coming up here, you'll see a guy on the side there with his bike on the stand. This was on the straight. Initially, before I saw this video, when I was reviewing it, I thought the bike was on the ground on its side, but apparently it was on the stand. And I was wondering, I was like, how did someone go down on the straight? So I'm assuming that maybe he ran out of gas. So they put out a red flag because of that, and that essentially ended our session for this time around. So that'll conclude this video. Just wanted to take time to just talk about things and a little bit about the track. If you like this video, I encourage you to watch my other videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.